Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Matt Hudson from Direwolf, here with Paul Denon.
Hi.
Hi. We're here to look at more of the new leaders coming in Dune Imperium Uprising, which is available for pre-order right now from the Direwolf store. So, kick things off, we're looking at some spy-themed leaders today. And you can learn more about the spy mechanic in one of your design diaries, for those who want to dig in more. But to get started, let's talk about one of the new leaders, Lady Margo Fenry.
Yeah, she's going to be in the movie, featured pretty prominently. She is a member of House Fenry, and she is a loyal Bene Gesserit sister.
And so with her little, her spy networks going on Arrakis, tell us about Arrakis Informant and what that does for us.
Sure, I mean, it's a very simple ring that lets you drop a spy on one of the city spaces on Arrakis. Most of those, I think all of those observation posts visit two board spaces, so you get to decide which of those you want to prioritize when you place the spy.
And that's a really fun little thematic connection too, because one of the the most important things that Lady Fenry does in the story is warn her fellow Bene Gesserit sister, Lady Jessica, that things might not be as they seem. And there's a card to that effect.
Yeah, hidden missive is in there to represent that.
Yeah, your spies are going out, gaining information, gaining advantage for you and your allies. And then playing up the Bene Gesserit connection, how does her loyalty ability work?
Yeah, so similar to Princess Irulan, she gets a benefit when she reaches 2 influence with the Bene Gesserit track. In this case, 2 spice. Not super crazy sounding, but getting 2 spice relatively early in the game can be pretty big.
Especially for a thing that you're probably going to try to do anyway.
Exactly.
So, Lady Fenry, and again, this is part of, there's a whole thematic cycle of things happen when you get 2 influence with the different factions going on in the game.
Yeah, we don't have a full cycle, but a couple.
Yeah. And that's our first one. And then continuing on the spy theme, we have a new leader to talk about here today for the first time. A little bit more sinister in the field, Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen. What's going on here with Feyd-Rautha? So the nephew of the Baron, younger brother of the Beast, very intimately involved in what happens in the fate of Arrakis. So let's talk about, I guess before we get over here, let's talk about devious strength.
Sure. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think no other leader in Dune Imperium can gain swords as part of their leader ability, and so he's the only one. You can recall one of your spies to get 2 extra swords on demand during your reveal turn. Not easy to understand, not necessarily easy to figure out when to pull the trigger on that.
Sure, yeah, you burn your spies in order to gain an advantage in the conflict. And one of the things that's really important in Uprising is how you're placing these spies and where and when and how you're sort of managing your spy economy. And his personal training ability intersects really nicely with that. This is a more sort of complicated signet ring ability than we've seen on some of our other leaders. Can you walk us through how this works?
Yeah, it's easier than it sounds. Like it looks complicated, but really you just place a cube at the left side of that training track. And every time you play your signet ring, you move it 1 space to the right. You'll often have a choice of going up or down, similar to the immortality research track. And one side, the bottom side, is more focused on placing spies, and the top side is more focused on trashing cards.
So in some games, you're going to be more focused on Feyd sort of culling your deck down to its strongest form. In other games, you'll be leaning into the spy ability to pay off for devious strength, and you can kind of flexibly choose how you're going to proceed based on what's going on.
Right.
So there you have it. 2 new leaders coming in Dune Imperium Uprising, which is available for pre-order now from Direwolf at direwolfdigital.com. And we'll have some more on the way for you guys to look at soon.